right, day 2 of the UFC Fan Expo here in Las Vegas. We're joined by the Hangman, Dan Hooker. Dan, welcome back to Junkie Radio. It's been a while, but
Thanks,
it's always great to chat with you.
Been too long.
So listen, I know you're going to get hit with the same questions over and over, but the injuries that you've been getting on your forearm, your thumb, is that like recurring? Like, is that something that you're going to have to live with for the rest of your career, or have they just been random? No,
it's just like freak random injuries. It's just they're two different injuries, and they're just like a couple of surgeries that went bad. It kind of is what it is. I've been lucky for most of my career until like recently, the last couple of years. I've been pretty injury free for most of my career, so it's not even like a bad thing. I feel like at this stage of my career, like not getting hit as often as I was when I was younger, it's been pretty good the last few years.
A few fighters have had, recurring problems. I guess that's why I was asking. And in baseball, we'll see pitchers with the elbow, or if they get hit. Something about the arms, it can re-break again easy.
Yeah, that's like ligaments and stuff like that. Like bone is bone. Bone heals. Bones heal.
Do you have like steel or anything implanted in your arms or anything like that?
I do. I got a plate in my arm. On my hand, they had it. That was the 2 surgeries. I had a plate put in, then I had a plate removed.
Does it give you problems at the airport, or do you already have a note that says?
I think that's titanium. I don't think they set off.
So you're all good then.
All good.
And then one of the things that you have street cred from the fans, your teammates, is that you go hard, and you go hard with almost anyone in the gym. Doesn't matter who. You just enter the psycho phase where you're like, who wants some? Have you ever thought about just taming that down as you're getting older?
I am who I am. Like, I am. That's what I say. Like, people say, oh, stop getting injured. Maybe take it easier. I'm like, how do you think a Dan Hooker?
The street cred's there.
How does the Dan Hooker cake get baked? I got to crack a few eggs, brother. I couldn't stop doing that if I wanted to. You wouldn't be yourself if you didn't go out there and just go hard.
Yeah. So you were going to face Justin Gaethje, and that one fell through. Have you reshuffled the deck? Is Gaethje still somebody you'd like to face at some point, or when do you plan on coming back? And who's it looking like?
Yeah, I think I'll be good to go October, November. I think Gaethje will just sit and wait for a title shot. I think it would be silly to come and fight another contender. But that's what's so interesting about the division now is we've got the title moving over the next couple of months. I feel like therell be a lot of movement in the division. It's good.
So do you have a name then if Gaethje doesn't?
I know. Arman been calling me out. That's the number 1 contender. No one likes the guy, so I just love to kick his teeth in.
Now, let me ask you something. That fight over Gamrot was one of my favorites because I have nothing against the grapplers. I love the grapplers too. But sometimes when a striker can beat the grappler, whether it's at his own game or just stifling their attack, it's pretty special. But I always feel like you do one of those, you don't need to do that for a while. So you want Arman again because that's the same type of athlete. Wouldn't you rather get out there with someone else that's got a kickboxing type of style like yours?
I don't give a fuck. It's up to like that fight was exciting, the Gamrot fight, because I was able to get up. I was able, like, if they can just hold you down and make it a boring fight, then that's my fault. You know what I mean? But because my counter wrestling is of that level where he can't just hold me down and I can scramble back to my feet, that's what makes the fight exciting.
Fair enough. All right, Ghost. And what about momentum? Do you feel like you still have it? I mean, walking through this Fan Expo, people know who you are. They want to say hi to you, take pictures with you. But what about fighting-wise? Do you feel the momentum still?
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like when there's the number 1 contender in the division is saying your name, then that's a good place to be. When you're still getting called out by fighters, that's a good place to be.
We were talking yesterday about BMF belts. It's hard to say that and not throw your name in the mix when that comes up.
because you kind of established what that means. People buy tickets when Dan Hooker's name is on the card because of the way you fight and the performances you give. Do you think one day that opportunity would ever come your way, and what would it mean?
Yo, oh man. That'll be that's the fans belt though. Like when I ever see guys like win a fight and then they call for a title shot for I want to fight for the BMF title. I'm like, that's the fans title. The fans decide that title. Like you can't like Ilio's thrown his name out there, Arman was it's like bro, it's the fans who will decide that one. So I feel like it'll be pretty cool to get that fan recognition.
Your teammate Israel Adesanya is in the Hall of Fame, and I asked the fighter this yesterday. I'll hold it in a second. I go, hey, do you ever? Everyone chases the belt, but do you always think about the Hall of Fame as well? Is that something that appeals to you?
Nah, not really. I don't know. I'm not like legacy to me is I'm more do this to take care of my family, take care of my daughters. Like if they're happy and they're healthy and they're well taken care of, then that's everything that I need. I don't need to be.
Is the belt ahead of money, or is money ahead of the belt?
Money.
Prize fighter.
Prize fighter, Bubba. Prize fighter.
All right. Well, look, first thing first, get 100%, and then go out there, keep doing what you've always done these past few years, and that's entertaining the fuck out of us.
Thank you.
You definitely have a style that's a lot of fun to watch, whether it's Arman or someone else. The fans are always pulling up.
Thank you, brother.
All right.